much, Professor. It was delicious.
Oh, don't go yet, Linda. You and your brother Bob would like some ice cream, wouldn't you, to top things off?
You bet. Yeah.
And I'm sure that Wowzer feels the same way. I've made it just the way you'd like it. Ice cream cone. Oh, don't you like vanilla ice cream? Seems to be more cream than ice. That's odd, very odd. What the devil? Why, everything's thawing out and spoiling. It seems this cooling unit has experienced a diminishment in its capacity to infrigidate. In short, the fridge is on the fritz. I'm sorry, but until I can fix this thing, the best I can offer you is vanilla soup.
I think we'll pass for now. Oh.
Come to think of it, perhaps fate is calling on me to invent the freezer of the future.
Tell fate he's got the wrong number. Don't you think it might be smarter and safer to call a repairman?
Wowzer!
What is it? What'd I say, Professor?
Are you insinuating that my inventions are unwise and unsafe? Give me one example of there being anything other than a brilliant success.
Look, Professor, I'm the last person who'd want to rain on anybody's parade, but frankly, your inventions go haywire so often that it's a miracle I'm still alive. Think I'll take a powder on this one if you don't mind, Professor. Good luck.
Well, I have had a few failures. What am I saying? I'm a genius. Why should I let myself be influenced by someone who slobbers and sleeps in a doghouse?
If he's gonna keep on inventing, why doesn't he invent something that's really gonna do some good? Something like an all-day dog bone that never loses its flavor.
I've done it. It's finished. Wowzer, wake up. Wowzer.
Well, I guess you were working on it all night, huh?
Yes, I was having trouble calibrating the fribullators. It took me hours to solve the problem.
Yeah, I always have trouble with my fribullators, too.
Come on, Wowzer, you'll be the first to see it.
Oh, I'm honored.
I call it the dingy Chilomatic Wonder Freeze. You see, while most conventional freezers operate on natural gas, mine uses helium, which means that theoretically speaking...
Yoo-hoo!
Wowzer!
You were saying?
In fact, the Chilomatic can reach temperatures as low as absolute zero, which is minus 459.7 degrees.
Hey, gorgeous! Wanna buy a puppy?
Does it? Wowzer, if you don't pay attention, I'll put you outside.
You promise?
Stand by.
What's the matter? It doesn't seem to be doing much of anything.
I don't understand. It should work perfectly. Aha! That's the tube that carries the helium into the Chilomatic.
Wow. Professor, you don't think anything could go wrong, do you?
Of course not. See? The temperature has stabilized at minus 10 degrees. It could be even lower, of course, but that might be dangerous. So whatever you do, don't touch that dial.
You know, he's probably hoping I will touch it so it won't be his fault when the whole thing explodes. But not this time.
Very peculiar. It's unseasonably cold for this time of year. I wonder. Wowzer, get up here.
Yeah, here I come. Kind of strange weather we're having, isn't it? You wanted something?
All right, Wowzer, I want the truth. Have you been playing around with the dial on my Chilomatic Wonder Freeze?
Of course not. It's amazing that Gizmo's turned the whole house into an icebox, and that makes sense. If food lasts longer on ice, then people should too. Admit it, Prof, this is what your invention was about all along.
Well, not really.
Some people may say you're just an absent-minded old dingbat, but I think you're a genius, and this latest brainstorm of yours proves it.
Well...
I can't begin to express what an honor it is to be your faithful pooch.
I got an idea.
You do?
This is a golden opportunity to experience life as it's lived by those tribes who reside above the Arctic Circle.
You mean like Eskimos and such? That might be fun. There you go, Professor. It's sort of like building an ice cream condo.
Imagine living life as it's experienced at the North Pole, right in the discomfort of your own home.
Hey, look at mine. I've just built the world's biggest doggy bone.
Why, it's a polar bear. Be gone, or I'll send you to an icy grave, you fur-covered fiend. Wowzer, you lazy hound, what on earth do you think you're doing? Stop yawning. You're supposed to be a vicious beast, the man-eating terror of the polar ice cap. Now once more, and you'd better get it right this time. All right, from the beginning. And hit it. Back. Here, Fang. Here, boy. Well, what are you standing there for? Didn't you hear your cue? Commander Dingy is calling out for his faithful husky to help him fight the polar bear.
I'm supposed to be Fang, too?
Well, you don't expect me to play the part.
Was this in my contract?
All right, now. From the top. Fang, here, Fang. Look, boy, it's a polar bear. Fang, you sneak up on him from the right.
Huh?
And Spike, you surprise him from behind.
Who's Spike?
You, of course. A polar explorer needs a whole team of sled dogs.
Huh?
In addition to Fang and Spike, there's Chomper and One Eye, and Daisy May.
Wait, that's where I draw the line. I absolutely refuse to play a sled dog named Daisy May. The professor's got some ice skates in his room, but it might be kind of tricky getting there. The thing to do is take it slow. Just one step at a time. Huh? Now I'm set to take on Mount Everest. The spikes ought to do the trick. I hereby claim this staircase for all the dogs of the world.
Hush up, you'll frighten the fish away.
Fish? What are you talking about, Professor?
Well, we're going to have to do something for dinner, aren't we? We must learn to live off the land.
Hey, we got a little problem up here. The door's frozen shut.
Don't panic. There's a portable flamethrower in my room. Use it to defrost the door.
Okay. But, Professor, your door's the one that's frozen.
What? Then now's the time to panic. We must find a way out, or we'll be trapped forever in this two-story frigidaire. Snowstorm!
Oh, no! Don't worry, Professor. I'll have you out of there in no time.
Good afternoon. Rooftop parking, thank you for shopping with us. That's really neat. Something tells me this isn't exactly what the professor had in mind. No? Of course not. Do you think he wanted to do that to Wowzer? You ask me, it looks like another invention went kablooey. I guess you're right. Huh? Oh, here he comes now. But I don't think we'll get an answer out of him till he thaws out. Yep. Well, looks like we're gonna have to wait a while for that ice cream.
Forget the ice cream. Get me out of here.
I can't understand a word he's saying, can you?
I said get me out.
Don't worry, Professor. I'm sure the sun will thaw you out in no time. We'll be back then. We'll see you later. Bye.
Wait, come back. Come back here. Linda.
Oh, that was a chilling experience.
Please, Wowzer. Puns I don't need. I told you to unplug that thing. Wowzer! Where is that lazy good-for-nothing? Wowzer! Wowzer! Oh, there you go. Do you have any idea what time it is?
Oi, Professor. Someday you're gonna give me a heart attack waking me up like
Were you
that.
planning to sleep all day? It's past lunchtime.
That late, huh? I had no idea. Well, I better start by eating breakfast and lunch if I'm ever gonna catch up.
Not on your flea-bitten life. You're going to catch up on your chores around the house before you get anything to eat. Is that understood?
Oh, come on, have a heart.
You were supposed to patch that hole in the roof last week. Make sure you nail it securely. I don't want it falling off.
Well, of course, it wouldn't bother the old grouch a bit if I fell off.
I think this kind of job is a little over Wowzer's head, Professor. Want me to give him a hand?
That's a very generous offer, Ratso, but this is something Wowzer's going to have to do on his own. I want him to learn his lesson.
Oh, he'll learn his lesson all right.
It's criminal making somebody do this work on an empty stomach. I'll write my congressman. Oh.
Wowzer, say something. Are you all right?
Oh, I think so. Just a little dizzy.
Dear, it's all my fault. Ratso, hurry, give me a hand. We've got to get him to bed immediately.
Right.
Wowzer, speak to me, please. Thank goodness you're coming around at last. Now lie still. I'm going to fetch a doctor.
Oh, I'm okay. Don't bother. I only want something to eat before I starve to death.
Yes, of course. I'll fix you some lunch right away. And while I'm doing that, Ratso, you find the doctor.
Leave everything to me.
Oh, my goodness. I wish I knew my way around the kitchen as well as I do around subatomic particles. I never know where to begin.
I think Wowzer would appreciate a little hot mustard and pepper on his sandwich. You know, to give it a little seasoning.
Well, Wowzer, how are you feeling now?
Okay, but not great.
Steady, Wowzer. Ratso will be back soon with the doctor. And in the meantime, have a bite to eat. That ought to boost your spirits.
This is kind of a skimpy lunch, isn't it, Professor?
I'll fix you something more elaborate after you've seen the doctor.
It's food, at least.
He must be running the temperature.
I knew that would put a little color in his cheeks. I think Wowzer deserves better than an ordinary veterinarian.
Professor Dingy, Linda and I knew you'd be so concerned for Wowzer after his accident that you wouldn't think of your own needs, so we took it upon ourselves to cook you some dinner.
That's very kind of you, Beatrice.
Hey, what about me? I'm starving over here.
You be quiet and save your strength.
Oh, help me.
Don't worry, Wowzer, I've got something for you, too.
Linda, did I ever tell you how wonderful I think you are?
Here you are.
Hang on, everybody. The doctor's here to take care of Wowzer.
Good for you, Ratso.
Meet veterinarian and state wrestling champ Dr. Linus Kong.
Now, which one of you people is the sick one?
The one in the bed, and he's not a people, he's a dog.
You will leave me alone with the patient, okay?
Dr. Kong's the foremost expert in his field. Better do as he says.
Yes, it's an honor to meet, someone of his stature.
I am ready to begin now, okay?
All right, Doctor, we're leaving. Just shout if you need anything.
You tell me where it hurts, okay?
Anywhere yet?
So, doggy, you want to do things the hard way, okay?
No, please, I'm okay, really, I am.
You must hurt somewhere, and I'll find out where by doing a complete examination,
Why
okay?
don't you take my word for it?
We'll start with your neck. Now let's take a look at your legs.
That looks like fun.
And now your spine. That does it, okay? The important thing is you mustn't move around at all for several days or you'll undo all the work that I've done. I will send you the bill, okay? Okay.
The doc said he wasn't supposed to move for a few days.
Don't worry, after Dr. Kong's treatment, I'll be lucky if I can ever move again.
You should be glad he could make a house call on such short notice.
Ungrateful mutt. But now Wowzer won't be able to feed himself. Professor, isn't this something you can do?
I don't know. Yes, I think I have just what we need. Fortunately, I had already worked out the design on paper, so it was just a matter of executing it. Voila!
Wow, what a spread.
The dingy auto feeder will allow you to eat without having to lift a paw, Wowzer.
You trust this machine?
Of course, it's completely automated and completely safe.
Professor, you're so brilliant, I actually get goosebumps.
Some of his ideas frighten me, too.
This one has worked out perfectly. I'll demonstrate. Well, what do you think now, Wowzer?
Great.
It's like having a dozen butlers at your beck and call, isn't it?
I'll say.
The best thing about it is that it will switch itself off when it runs out of food.
That's a relief, so we don't have to watch this dog eat the rest of the day. How about slipping into the next room for a spot of tea?
Delighted.
So long.
Knowing Wowzer after this, he'll never want to feed himself again. Let's speed things up a bit, shall we? Maybe it's time I gave him a break. What's wrong with this stupid thing? Well, that's the first time I ever heard Wowzer gripe about having too much to eat.
Don't you think Wowzer's finished eating by now?
Quite likely, my dear.
Yes, I'm sure he's sleeping like a well-fed baby by now.
Why don't we go look in on him? Wowzer!
Just look at the mess he's made. Wowzer, what happened?
I've had it. Do you hear? I'm getting tired of you ruining my inventions, you four-legged, flea-bitten saboteur.
Hey, it's more like it ruined me.
Oh my, his pillow! He must have been really hungry. What an appetite! He's gobbled up everything but the kitchen sink.
I'm innocent. It was Ratso's fault.
Ratso? I don't see Ratso anywhere. You're not just trying to pass the buck, are you?
Imagine trying to blame it all on the poor little kitty. Really, dogs are such beasts.
Oh, that's the way it happened.
Forget about it. It's not important. How are you, Wowzer? Feel any better?
No, I don't, but I didn't feel that lousy before. It's just that I was so hungry, and when everybody started fussing over me, I just kind of went along with it.
You mean it was all an act?
You were looking for a little sympathy, were you?
No, just something to eat, that's
I will
all.
not tolerate deception in this house. Wowzer, get out.
Okay, that's just fine with me. But just you wait. You'll miss me when I'm gone.
Oh.
You'll be sorry.
Listen, I think I know what started all this. Wowzer was upset because you made him do his chores on an empty stomach, and that can be tough on anyone.
I was rather hard on him. I know. I'll repair the auto feeder, and we'll give it another shot.
Terrific, and while you're fixing it, we'll make dinner for Wowzer. Why not?
Well, then, let's get cracking. This version of the auto feeder is even better than the last one.
Perfect timing, Professor. We've just finished the food as well. The only thing we gotta do now is find Wowzer.
That won't be hard.
Let's go find him before his supper gets cold.
Wow, a whole new gizmo, and even nicer, a whole new pile of food. They won't mind if I take this contraption out for a test spin. Wonder what this button does.
Why is my life such a mess? What have you done?
Get me out of here!
Well, Skunk, you're the one who got me into the mess in the first place. Go away, I never mind.
could he be? Did you see what I saw? Wowzer, get up from that pile of garbage and explain yourself. What have you done to my auto feeder?
No offense, Professor, but I think the garbage is just where it belongs.